Nothing like 11:30 at night to go live on YouTube, but hey, you gotta get these things done when you can. Nobody's watching, but that's all right. We'll see if we get some people to tune in or not. Just trying to do a YouTube live every week, and my goal was to do it last night at 8 o'clock. That epically failed, so and then wanted to do it tonight, and that epically failed. So, or earlier tonight. So here we are at 11:30 at night and we've told no one we're doing this. So cheers to me being here by myself. We'll see what happens. So, we've got our Thursday night live thing that we do on Instagram, and we're just trying to do enough lives on YouTube to look at the final results, see how many people are watching, see what kind of views we're getting. So right now I'm doing 2 shows at once. Justin, what's going on, buddy? You are the only person here. but we're just trying to do it to cross compare. Ronnie, what's going on, bud? And just see marketing wise, our goal is to keep pushing to get away from Instagram with all their policing and get away from Facebook as much as possible. So far, knock on wood, we have not had any issues with YouTube. So I've been trying to push more content here and trying to do more YouTube videos. I'll keep working on that. That I guarantee you. But you get so single focused on the things, and I'm horrible about it. It's like these are the things that we have to do every day, like social media stuff, and we don't, not always. And ironically enough, as I'm saying that, today's the first time in a long time that I've posted nothing on social media. I did nothing on Facebook, nothing on Instagram. I might have put a few things in the story on Instagram at some point today, but that was it. And the reason for that was multifold, but for the most part, it doesn't matter. But one of the reasons that there was a lack of it is because today was just chaos on a personal level. It was a couple doctor's appointments and then also just some other personal stuff to have to handle. So didn't happen. And Evo and Tension, how you doing, bud? Appreciate you joining us. So anyway, I thought I'd at least finish off the night doing a quick YouTube live. Kind of recap the week and definitely talk to you about the Koenigs coming up. Evo, if you're who I think you are, yes. About the timing of drops, yes, it did. But but anyway, we've got what surprisingly I thought for the most part outside of the Koenigs at the end of the week would be a pretty slow week. We even slammed, so that's been a good thing. That's definitely been a good thing. Today was a little slow, but I do feel like for whatever reason, normally we get into that August time, and it dies really bad. Oh, then maybe not. I'll have to go back and look. Like I'm sitting here saying, yeah, it's been a little chaotic for sure. But for that end of July, beginning of August, it's usually really dead for us. So cheers to being actually moving along and staying very, very busy. I'll say this, when we started July, I was looking at the numbers and I'm looking at what I knew we had coming and going, it's gonna be a slow month. And it was just gonna be a lot of pushing the stuff that we have, maybe rummaging through and finding a few things that are set back for rainy days, things like that. And no, there was never a minute of time this month to do any of that, which is great. That's shocking to me. But it's always end of July, beginning of August. Everybody's getting their last vacations in, and I've always said that this is the vacation that nobody plans on. So it's kind of like, kids are going back to school in 2 or 3 weeks, and mom's tired of being at home and everything else, and she's like, we're going to the freaking beach, and dad's like, huh? And he's like, oh, that's $2, $3, $4, $5,000 I wasn't planning on spending. That's going to get wiped out. So it's those oh crap, the kids are starting school, and we really didn't. Our last vacation it rained a bunch, or didn't go as well as we thought. So let's take the kids and go somewhere, and that always affects budgets, and people are always slow to buy. And that I've seen that consistently in the knife industry, and back years ago when I was a real estate appraiser and an appraisal business, we always saw end of July, beginning of August, just damn turn into a screeching halt. And it took me years to learn, hey, right now is a really good time to take a vacation. Except it's too damn hot. I don't like vacationing when I think here today it's like 1,000% humidity. The air temp, the actual temperature was 85, but they said it felt like 100 outside. So that's enjoyable. Jeff, Hinder has put out a lot of spear points, so that's definitely slowed them down. We're out of the eclipses. I think they're all gone. But good Lord, man! I mean, if you can describe this year for Hinder as one word, it's going to be eclipse. I don't think they've ever put the volume of eclipses out there that they have. So now, of course, we did customize a lot of ours, but it's there have been so many Eclipse exclusives at all sorts of other dealers. We weren't part of that. That by the time we were able to get Eclipses, a lot of people had already gotten 1 or 2 or 3 this year. So it didn't surprise me on this last 2 batches that Eclipses stuck around a little bit. The Eclipse autos sure as hell aren't. They're flying out. So speaking of that, let's jump into knives. So one of the things we did do this week, and we'll talk about autos here for a minute. I don't know why this happens sometimes with us, and it's always frustrating to me. We'll drop something that's just hot as hell when we drop it, and it'll stay pretty hot for a couple weeks, and we're moving through them, and then we get down to like the last 8, 10, 12, something like that left, and for whatever reason they just sit. Now, part of this is because they're autos, but anyway, that's been the case with these Defiant 7 Valmara autos, which is even more frustrating because everybody commenting on them has just talked about how much they love them. So we had a customer asking us to do a Sasquatch version, and they wanted a Sasquatch on the pivot and a Sasquatch on the pocket clip. And I loved it. I love the way it turned out. So we did a few of them, a handful of them. I think there's 3 left. So I got a couple more moving, but anyway, turned out really cool. Didn't mark up or add price for Sasquatch in it, but I always loved the Sasquatch on the pivot. I think it turned out really awesome. And I like the way it looks closed. I just think that's a cool look with kind of the Sasquatches facing in opposite directions, like they're walking around the globe. But anyway, so that was one of the customized projects we did this week. And guys, this is a really sick auto, made in the USA, and under 300 shipped. It's a hell of a deal. The first 100 made are stamped prototype. So definitely check these out. I'd certainly like to see us move the rest of them, and keep supporting Les George and Nicholas. Nichols Custom Damascus are the 2 that own Defiant 7, and their goal with that company is to help some of these new guys that want to get into the industry learn more about making folders and the process that goes in it. So I definitely want to support the hell out of them. So you're going to see me talk about those till I'm blue in the face. We've already come up with an agreement on an exclusive that we're going to do at Defiant 7. So we want to invest heavily in them, and we hope you guys will. So anyway, I'm excited for what they're going to do. I think they're going to produce some really cool stuff and really good price points coming out of the U.S. So, and then we'll just stick with autos. So this past week we had some Eclipse autos and some Bowie autos. And the Eclipse autos were gone pretty fast. Not as fast as they were the week before, but we do just have a couple of XM18 3.5 Bowie autos left, and these are stonewashed with blue anno, and it is absolutely, these full tie autos are just beautiful. And then we did get in a restock of the XM18 3.5 Spear Point full stonewashed auto. So those are now back in stock. I think we've just got a couple of those left, but absolutely, I think these are just beautifully done and really, really hardcore, just tough feeling overbuilt knife. Really is. Sorry, there's a lot of comments flying on here. I hope they lean into other models soon. Full tracks and fire tacks would be nice. I'm pushing for another Jurassic. I really want to see the Jurassic come back. Yeah, it's hot as hell in Rocky Mount, I'm sure. Hopefully a little cooler in Michigan. That little 3-inch harpoon, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So also this week, we did get in our first batch of the Hinder XM18 3-inch harpoon Tanto. And guys, this is a cool little knife. This is utilitarian as hell. Anything using that point, if you're one that uses the point of your knife a lot, this is going to be a badass knife to use and carry every day. Really well done. We did do some customized versions. We've only got about a handful of these left, so I'm probably just going to let them ride. I do think there's one blue Stars and Stripes that's still sitting on the site now. And I've got a couple more that are a part at the shop that I'll probably finish up with something tomorrow. And then the handful or so that are left I think we'll be done with the customizing on them, unless we've just got free time and extra time on the laser. But it's a badass blade shape, and just it's a good, to me, this is a really good everyday carry user from Hinder. I wouldn't be afraid to use and beat the shit out of this knife every day. So so that's kind of really the highlight of this past week. It's for what's been busy as hell, doesn't seem like much, but it definitely kept us humping. And then surprise, surprise, I'm very excited to show these off. We did get in our Koenig Arius exclusive, and for the first time ever, get this out, the mini Arius exclusive. So let's start with our regular exclusive full-size Arius. Still just wicked smooth. So this is that burnished blade with polished flats, black DLC on the tie handles, and blacked out hardware all the way around. These just turned out absolutely beautiful. And for those saying that the Koenig keeps going up in price, these are the exact same price as the last time we got them and the time before that. So they are $930 shipped. And that's a lot of bones, but man, when you realize the detail and the handwork that goes into each and every one of these. So very excited to have these back in stock. This is our biggest ever shipment of the regular Arius exclusive that we've ever gotten. So I'm very stoked about it. Very stoked about it. Now, we did not get as many of the mini Ariuses, mini M-A-N-Y, mini M-I-N-I Ariuses exclusives, but we did get a decent number for our first batch. So this is the mini. We're going to compare the two in a minute, I promise. And still, considering how much smaller it is, look at the action on that. It's just freaking beautiful. Absolutely amazing, in my opinion. So very excited. Same format for our exclusive, the burnished blade, polished flats, black DLC all the way around, and just that amazing, just every detail. He doesn't mess around, man. Every detail. So let's show these off together. There's the full size, or the regular Arius, and then the mini Arius here. I mean, identical, just smaller. Let's show off these open. Just a beautiful knife. I was so excited when he agreed to this exclusive years and years ago. This was way before he was ever as popular as he's gotten, and we've been very fortunate to be able to have these. It's my favorite setup on a knife. I love black DLC on a knife and a stonewash blade. It is, to me, there's just nothing more stunning on a pocket knife than that. Can you show the mini with the XM? Yeah, sure. So here's the mini with the XM18 3-inch. So pretty close in overall length. You're about an extra inch, no, half an inch overall on the mini. Handle, you get a little bit more handle when I put the pivot side by side. So really blade length about the same, but it's just the overall length. You get about an extra half an inch or so. So really, really close. Hopefully that helps. Whew. The mini with, yep. The mini price is going to be, and don't quote me 100% on this because I'd have to double check it before we list it, but I think it's $885. So pretty sure that's correct. So I'm very excited about these. These will be launching this Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see. You know how these will go. I have a, what's happening, Jorge? Hope you're doing well. But I think, I know the minis will sell out very fast. The regular areas, I don't know. I hope it'll sell out fast, but may not. Like I said, this is a big batch of them, so we'll see. But on the mini, there's only 25 of them, so I don't think they're going to stick around very long. But I could be wrong. Yeah, you know, most of the knives that we sell and love are in the don't tell the wife category, or at least I'd say they are. Unfortunately, I can't really hide that because my wife works with me. But so that's kind of what's going on in a nutshell. I don't have any other updates on anything else. I know a lot of people are very excited about the Talos is dropping at several other dealers tomorrow from Les George. We've had a lot of people asking if we're getting more. I don't know. I certainly hope so, but none set right now. So, hey, watchers in tech, what's going on? So, anyway, that's kind of what's happening right now. If I'm gonna try and call some places and get some updates for tomorrow night, and see what's going on there. And tomorrow, I think we're gonna be customizing some of the new Rockwall drop points from Tactile Knife Company. So I think we're gonna be working on some of those, and we've got a few other little projects that we're gonna work on. And then definitely keep an eye, if you're not a member of the USA Made Blade Insiders group on Facebook, I would get joined up over there. Send in your ask for approval or whatever to join as quick as possible, because it's definitely time for an insiders drop. Definitely time. So if you haven't been over there much lately, get over there. I see a possible insiders drop coming very, very soon. I don't know yet, to be honest with you, Jeff. I really don't. A lot of times with customizing stuff, it's just whatever seems to appeal to me as I start messing with them. But anyway, that's about all I've got. I appreciate those of you, the 20 or so that joined us for such a late hour live show. I apologize to those on YouTube that'll watch this later. Hopefully you'll watch it in time before the Koenig drop. But we always appreciate you watching. I'll try and get a set time to do this every week. I've just got to work around my schedule and see which night's best. But I really thought that Tuesday night was best, and then I remembered about every other Tuesday I have a commitment. So, oops. So maybe Wednesday, and maybe we'll keep it late, but we'll see how it does. That sounds like a bad idea. I think I'll just ruin a lot of knives if I do that. But anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you guys will go over to USA Made Blade and check out all our knives and tell others about us, please. And if you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, we hope you will. Keep following us here and definitely sign up for that Insiders group on Facebook. So if I can help you out at all, please email me anytime at scott@usamadeblade.com. That is Scott with 2 T's. And once again, we appreciate you watching. We hope you go over to USA Made Blade and get yourself something nice.